guys, welcome to the vlog. So this vlog is going to be an update vlog, and it's going to be a where have I been, what have I been up to, what have I been doing. So where have I been? Well, I have been on a roller coaster with my health issues, and things aren't going the way I had hoped they would with regards to my health. My hearing has lowered some more. My specialists have indicated that it will eventually disappear. So my best option, and the thing that I'm trying to do for myself at the moment, is not very good at it, but I'm trying to learn. I'm learning to sign. Like I said, don't quote me if I muddled that up. I'm only learning. I'm at the beginning. Like, I only know basic signs like yes, no, sugar, tea. I don't know everything. I'm starting to learn sign language because there will be a point in time where I won't hear anything. It's sad for myself, but I'm learning to overcome that in my own ways. I've been having a lot of health issues with regarding to my hearing. I have balance issues. I get dizzy. There are occasions where I have, like, it starts out as a high-pitched ringing in my ears, and then I feel nauseous, I feel sick, and I feel dizzy, and then I just pause for a second, and when that feeling goes, I get like this really bad sinus headache in here. It happens at random. It could happen at any time. Initially, I limited my driving because I was concerned about not being able to hear what's around, not being able to hear the car. But now I have to limit it even further, and I am not going to be driving so much. Maybe a few times around the town that I live in, but because of these attacks that I get, these dizzy spells, it's unsafe, and I'm not about to be unsafe. So I've had to limit my driving even further. I'm with a great specialist team that are trying to give me the best care, but realistically, there's nothing surgically they can do for me. There is nothing they can do for me but try and minimize the impact of my symptoms. So I go to an ENT specialist for regular cleaning of my ears. They do like a wellness check of the inner ear and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty much all I can have at this point in time. With the reborns, I still have all of the lovely reborns that I have. I don't know when I'll be making more vlogs with them. I would love to do more with them, but like I said, I have problems with balance and stuff. I'm trying my best to stay positive and just think of the positive, and that there's a plan in there somewhere that someone has for me. It's not the end of the road. I don't feel like I should just sit and mope about it. I can't change what's going to happen, but I can help myself be okay with what's happening. So, which is why I'm learning to sign. If I got that wrong, don't hate me. I'm trying. I'm finding it difficult as well because I am autistic and I struggle with communication. For the longest time, I've always struggled with communication and language and how it works and what to say when. I always sometimes say things out of context, in the wrong context. Like, I mean something else, but I say it in the wrong context, which is also a struggle for me. I actually didn't know that I was autistic until I was, I think it was the end of last year. One of my psychologists suggested that I could be autistic, so we did some assessment stuff. I'm not officially diagnosed because you can't get an official diagnosis without a psychiatrist, and well, where I live, good luck finding one of those. But my psychologist has said that I am most likely autistic, which, you know, I kind of somewhat knew that there was a possibility that I was autistic. Not in the sense that, you know, I have set routine, I can't change that, you know, not in that sense, just I have very bad, I struggle so badly with communication and conversation and emotions. Good grief, I get it wrong all the time. One sec. I just lost a piece of paper that I was dealing with. Yeah, I struggle with that a lot, and sometimes I'll say something and it won't be till later on that I've realized that whatever I've said has upset someone, or that it's bothered someone in a way that I said it wrong, or I've realized that wait a minute, that's not what I meant. And after I spoke with my psychologist about it and we did some testing, I went and spoke to my mom about it, and she said, yeah, I've known that. And I got a shock. I was like, wait a minute, what? And she said that when I was a child, because I remember having all the therapies. I had the physiotherapy, the speech therapy, you know, I had early intervention. I remember having all these things, and Mom said that I was diagnosed as a child, but my dad wouldn't hear it. He didn't want anything to do with it, and he said that I was just slow. And, you know, I had all the special lessons. I mean, I remember in high school I was put into a class where we were supposed to get extra help and stuff. It was like a vocational class where we did catch-up work with our stuff. We had, you know, stuff like that. My dad always was always, you know, she's fine. She's, you know, struggles, but she's fine. So hearing my mom say, yeah, they did diagnose you when you were a kid, but, you know, because my dad didn't want that label for me, it was never put anywhere. It was written down in documents, but it never carried on with my medical. So hearing that was a kind of a, okay. I'm not mad at my dad, because back in those days, it was, you know, it was a time of, if you had something, you were instantly shipped into special ed or special school. That's what it meant. And my dad believed that I wasn't at the level where I required special ed. So, you know, it's okay. I've accepted that, okay, yeah, that it happened. It's, you know, my mom telling me these things, you know, it was a relief in a way to go, okay, well, now it's validating the struggles I go through. And with my hearing impairment, that's kind of hindering things, but I'm looking on the bright side of things. I also am, excuse me, pardon me, I am a tarot reader. I am a clairvoyant. I have been reading tarot cards since I was 8, but as far as being more clairvoyant, it's only been the last 2 years that I've started to get back into tarot reading and communicating with the other side, the universe. I have, we do a holistic market, my daughter and I, we do tarot readings and we sell crystals and things. I have several different decks, which I'm gonna get in and show you. But first, I want to show you a drawing that I made today. So you probably won't be able to see it because of the light. It's these weird little people. And the caption that I wrote for it: to be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You need to accept yourself. It's okay to be weird as long as you're okay with it. I'm weird. I'm okay with it. Just put that over there. Oh. Okay, so the first deck that I'm going to show you, because it has been flying off the handles today. My fairy. They are Oracle of the Fairy. So, I don't know what is up with this deck, but when I opened my backpack that I had all my tarot cards in, it was open. Like this, and there were cards like coming out like this. So I was like, okay, and I checked my bag to make sure there wasn't any loose ones, and I put it back and I put it over there, but then it fell on the ground again. So I am going to start doing tarot readings for the collective, for making some videos with tarot readings. It's up to you whether you like it, you don't like it. You know, I'm not about letting other people dim my sparkle. If that's what I want to do, then that's what I want to do. I'm trying to positively inspire myself and others along my journey of whatever. Sure, days get hard, and there are some days where I wake up and my head is just swimming, and you know, I feel like, why did I even get out of bed? I don't want to do it today. I'm not into it. But there are so many beautiful moments that make me realize that I want to do it. Yeah, I want to be me. I want to be out there. I want to get into it. I was just looking for my bottle of water, and I realized that it's holding up my phone. I used my bottle of water to hold up my phone. So that's one deck I have. The latest one that I have is Romance and Love. They are my latest deck. The cards actually look really pretty. Oh, and I always store money in my cards for prosperity, for luck, for regeneration, stuff like that. But these cards are absolutely beautiful. They're really pretty. Some of them are so pretty. Like, they're really pretty deck. Now, this particular deck is a shared deck. It's a shared deck between my daughter and I shuffle this way, right? I shuffle tarot cards this way. That's how I feel comfortable shuffling them. But this particular deck doesn't like that. And if you're into tarot reading and you're into crystals, you'll know what I mean when I say the cards like to be shuffled this way, the way my daughter does it. But I don't shuffle that way. Well, I don't like to, but with these ones I have to. Love may challenge your boundaries, protect them. That's what the card that came out. Beautiful cards. Show you the next deck that I have. That's the latest deck that I have. Another new deck that I have is the Housewives Tarot. Oh. No! Why? No! Oh, hold on. Ah. The wind is just blowing my drawings all over the place. Whew. Okay, I will put that in my bag. Okay. Apologies for that. The wind just blew my drawings all over the place. So this is the latest one, another new one. Well, that's the romance one is the latest one, but this is another new one that I've got. And it's like a 1950s style, like retro. My daughter and I read tarot a bit differently. Now, if she comes to her deck and the cards are somewhat not all the same, facing the same way, she'll change it. She'll flip them over. I don't. If that's how the cards want to present on the day, that's how they want to present. I'm still learning these ones and getting a feel for them. I'm not very fluid with them ones. I have Soul Truths. They're not, they're like standard basic cards, I guess. Just like answers and things. I bought those ones because I felt like there was some clarity I needed in something, in a situation. So, and sometimes the cards don't want to go where you put them, so you have to like rearrange them. And some cards don't get a feel for you at all. I had a rainbow tarot deck that I hadn't begun using, and I went to go use the deck, and every time I shuffled the cards and tried to get a feel for them, this one card popped out, and it was a rainbow knight, and the cards kept telling me that they weren't mine. They were my daughter Lucy's. And so I left it after I, tried shuffling it like 6 times and the one card just popped out. I left it, and then explained to my daughter about it, and then she started shuffling the cards, and she's like, yeah, these are mine. They've chosen me. And I was like, okay. I have Past Life Tarot, which is another good deck. I have Moon Compass Tarot. I have Ghost Tarot. I have Archangel Oracle cards. Like I said, I store money in my cards. I've got like $5 note in here. It's for luck, prosperity, general health and well-being of the cards, to strengthen the cards. I have telepathy oracle cards. I also have my oldest deck. They weren't actually mine. I bought them for my daughter, but she had no clue how to read them. And at the time when I bought them, I was closed off. I had not done tarot for a good while, and I just didn't want to think about it because certain things happened when certain things happened that kind of somewhat broke me emotionally, and so I stopped doing all the things that I was doing. Not just tarot, like I was a mess. After my grandma passed away, I was kind of a mess. I miss and love her so much. I found out through meditation that she was my mom, my mom in my fairy life that I had, in one of my past lives, and I miss her terribly. But I know that she's somewhere. I know that she's always around me, and she's always supporting me and showing me lots of love. But these cards they're not your standard. That's the deck. They're not your standard. They're like playing cards, but they also have other cards in here. Let me see if I can show you. Like, there are other cards in here. It's not your standard, like there are, numbered cards, but there is also different other cards that are in here. Different other cards. My daughter had them originally, and because I bought them for her, and she said I have no clue what to do with them, and I don't get a feel for them at all. So left it for a while, and then when I came back from one of my meditation sessions that we do a group meditation sometimes, I said to my daughter, I said, those cards that you have, I said, those cards that you have that you don't know what to do with, I know how to read them. I can use those cards. So then she ended up giving them to me and said, they're meant for you, Mom. They're not meant for me. So, and I carry this in there as well. Also, I have playing cards. Just a standard deck of playing cards. I'm not going to pull them out because this is kind of hard to, it's kind of stiff, hard to open the thing. But just standard playing cards. You can read tarot with standard playing cards. So, like, I always store money either in my cards or where I store my cards. So yeah, I'm going to be getting into doing tarot reading collectively. I, however, you know, I do read tarot, and I do readings for $25 at the market. If you want a specific reading, you know, for those that know me and that are near me, I do them at the markets. For now, I'm just going to be doing general ones. But my videos may or may not be frequent. I can't guarantee when I'm gonna make vlogs, because at the moment my health must be a priority. My health has to come first. I have a family of 4. I have my husband and my 3 kids that, you know, require their mom around, so I have to make my my health a priority. But I'm gonna start getting more into the tarot, more into the general reading. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this vlog. Thanks for watching. As always, comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye guys.